First things first. The fuel loads. So that's got it, that's got it, that's got it, that's got it. I do remember seeing a vertical one which didn't have some at one point. I might have already fixed it though. It's good, good, good. That one's done. Yeah, the top one's missing it. I did the bottom one, but not the top one. Now I've got to find an empty slot. I think that'll do. Get rid of that, alright, and that, and that, and that'll do. There we go. Where that'll go. There we go. Okay, so that's that fixed. I probably need a condition to this thing too, so when it's like 2.5 million, it just turns all of them on. And that way there's none of this balancing crap going on. Just jamming up the place. At least this is working fine now though. There's no more jams up there. Alright, so next... Kinda need to, but kinda don't want to, have to go over and find all the outposts which have the bad signals. A jerkwood person today? There's plenty of those around. What are you? You're 6. So I need another copper. Might as well start filling out all these. Oh, near us with the auto host there. I'm actually running out of resources there. 3. Sold themselves a recruiter in Dallas, looking to add my resume to their stack. So you're having a phone call with them. Ah, Iron 12. Alright. Iron 12's where we're headed. And convert that over to stone. Also kill that off. It's probably one of the unnamed... Or did I fix all these? Yeah, I did. Wonder what that station's for. They weren't in Dallas. Didn't care for your resume at all. The only reason they were interested in to sell me time management software. Oh, I haven't met one of those types of people in quite a while. They're the worst. Oh, nasty them. And then wonder why you get all aggro at them too. That's the worst part. Oh, the worst part apart from them wasting your time. Didn't have an American phone number. Via Skype or something. Can't remember what it was, but hey, Lucky. And a boop to you too. Quite a while ago, I had someone calling pretending to be an old friend, and they ended up trying to sell me products or refer to me to stuff. The trouble is, like, I knew something was fishy because probably the biggest giveaway is the fact they kept trumpeting their own company that they work for. Oh, it's this amazing company, it's a great company. Wouldn't want to work for anyone else. Like, okay, you're selling it a little bit too much here. It ain't working. Nope, need more modules. Hey, binary codex. And a boop. So yeah, there's bots in storage. That's an interesting thing to have happen. And Himian, how's it going? All the gang showing up. Just do a roll call. We interview companies, they don't interview us. It's interesting how it goes with engineering, yeah. God, what happens to you with C panel? Fairly decent coach. Ugh. Yeah, cold callers though. Stone. Oh, before I do that, that's the old, what's it? So now you're stone. Before I go further. Is this a new regular time? Not so much. This is more just spontaneous, just because I have time. Agile is creepy. Oh, Agiles can be weird. I really hope that wasn't Iron 12. Did I scoop it up? Yes. Please. Yes, I did. Good. Renaming already named train stops is really bad. Because it merges both the orders together. It was Stone 4, yeah it was. Here we go. There's good and bad with Agile. It's like all things. You got to treat it like. I think the problem is that too many people in software treat it as the final and only solution, and it's really just one of many tools to deal with a problem. Let's go to copper 13 and I'll scoop these up. What's 1.2? That's 1.1. Boop. Back on PC now. I did not miss a stream. I didn't think you did. Binary Codex! Thank you for this up there. 3 months in a row. 3-month hype. Oh yes, speaking of emotes, I have... So, definitely want a coffee mug. Definitely need some kind of hype one. So that's 2. Set that to manual, just quickly. Another one I was thinking of doing was a matched pair. So, a spitter and then the spitter's spit. A spitter biter. I'd totally be down for that. Because then you could use that raiding instead of the usual. Yeah, I got Twitch partner back in January actually. Got 5 regular slots plus 7. Out of 7 total. The 6th and 7th being the higher tier. My current thought for the higher tier ones is just to have the same thing but in a silver or gold. Tried for Twitch partner last week. Ooh. Let's see how it goes for you. Hopefully all goes well. Everyone's been getting partner lately. I want to demolish that. One thing to keep in mind is it seems to be very easy where I am compared to like the US or Europe. A relatively new viewer. They've been around long enough. Okay, that's what happens when you double tap. Yeah, I never had high hopes, and so I never planned to go forward with like emotes and all that kind of thing. And then I got it and I was like, uh-oh, I actually got to do stuff. I put it in and I was like, no way is this going to happen. And then it happened. And then I got the thing like 5 days later. I have a feeling the actual requirements are things like number of muted VODs, copyright flags, that kind of thing. I have a feeling that's weighted heavily. Much more heavily than people think. As well as region and how many of Twitch's services you do use. I suspect you have a better chance if you use things like, because I did use the new features when it came out. You know, the premiere and such, and the uploads. I used all that. As that may have had. Yeah, thank you for the follow. Stay forever. That thing's supposed to be set to super rare too. That's funny, it came up first time. Hey, little cars here. Waves energetically. Waves vigorously. Every VOD I've ever been muted, I refuse to take down notes of who I have permission from. Ah. Oh yeah, so if you do have the permission then, yeah. Unfortunately, when I suspect when it's, hey Elena Loca with a host there. Thank you very much. I have a feeling that they're going to take the YouTube approach. Which is a bit unfortunate. Bleh. That's the bots. He's so polite. Play ACDC, gets all your sub revenue for a month. It's a false request chest, not a real one. I was like, wasn't there meant to be a request chest there? Is that everything? Yes. Yes, it is. Bang! How's it going? Sound like the Plants vs Zombies guy again. It's unfortunate with the climate they can't take chances with the DCMA stuff. Oh, I need more roboports. I feel like I'm all over the place right now. Surprised they don't ban your VODs. Can't possibly be that bad, bad, surely. There we go. All of the... Oh, you're out of range. There's a little bit too much zooming in and out I'm doing there. Hopefully it's not making you too dizzy. I try and not to zoom in and out too much. It can be really irritating. If you actually read the submission guidelines that Twitch has for anyone to submit one, they say that you have to provide video evidence and a whole lot of other stuff. It's actually quite involved. And it seems like they are trying to protect themselves as much as possible. Whee. Now, where is it? Is it this one? No. Wrong. There. Train. This'll do. So I'm going to try and fill the train with coal, which isn't going to succeed, so it'll be fine. Let's see now. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I can only put one on the end. And that's it. Didn't I get attacked by a biter and I've had to rebuild the base? Not for a long time. The most of the biter attacks are out here now. Let's see, have I missed anything? I don't think so. I was being facetious. Oh, I think Big Wick has got a higher risk there. Oh, I didn't put the blah, 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 blah. There's a car around here somewhere. There it is. It's just an abandoned car in the power plant. I haven't touched it in quite a while. No NG tonight? He's probably over at Fallen Sun, saming. Many cars have been destroyed in this game. I think Brinny cars have actually been produced too. Oh no, apparently there's only one. Even though I'm fairly certain there's probably a stack of them in here. Well, there's 2 tanks, which I know I've made more of. No, apparently not. Huh. Okay, now let's actually build this thing. I was getting too far ahead of myself. I actually didn't build the trash thing either. Getting drunk and playing Fortnite. Well, Exterm started playing Fortnite and just became full-time. I wonder if he'll start doing that. Where the hell is it? There it is. Ha. That works. Does it read contents? Yeah. Train's coming? Yep. Still working. Okay, stone 5. Never experienced blackout drunk. I don't know why anyone would do that to themselves. It's one thing I've never understood. I know people who do that. You know, the one thing that really irritates me is when you ever know people who they're always complaining they're poor, but then they drink themselves stupid every night, or nearly every night. One might be related to the other, you never know. I'm actually going to clear these out of the way. Because I'm going to need to run this thing properly soon. Booze is cheaper than good in the US of A. Ah, that explains it. Hey, nominate. I got it in the end. How's it going? Work with someone late. They're also heavy smoker. Oh yes, their cigarettes are expensive too. Okay. I'm gonna drop this here-ish. No, nope. I'm gonna leave the zoom button alone. And then drop it here-ish. There. Okay, so A is 1. That's that. Now go over here. That was just that there. Yeah, good booze isn't cheap. Cheap beer in the US makes goon bags look high class, damn. Hate tequila, but the expensive stuff is so good. Hey, look at media. I'm doing pretty good. Oh, wine snob drunk. So this doesn't have coal anymore because I deconstructed the test one. Yeah. Now, I only want coal received in this thing. So, disconnect that, plug it into there and there. And this will be a filter, essentially. So say coal, +0, output coal. And I'm just going to wire it directly to the roboport. So everything, the entire content to the network is going to go filter through there, and so it'll just be the 1.1 million coal. Quietly wonders how many Americans have googled what a goon bag is. Now this should be able to just plug into the network. Network as in the green wire. And I should see a reaction soon. Should. A equals 4. No reaction. Kinda complex network set. Do you have any videos talking about it? Nothing specific as of yet, but I am planning on doing some combinator tutorials. I know that's been in the works for a long time. But it is going to happen. What are these meant to be for? Hmm. Is it not connected? It is. Oh, right. That problem. Eh. Can never catch you drinking Mexican water. Helps have all this crap connected. Yeah, I want to do a full combinator tutorial starting from the very beginning. I actually don't know what to call it yet. There we go. Future you task? Of course. How'd you know? Conceptually, the whole train controller thing's really simple. It's just once you get into the details, it's just ironing those out. Yeah, this one doesn't light up because it's missing that wire. Finally, part one. Thanks, Tosh. Thank you for the sub there. And that's a full sub too, not a Twitch Prime. Thank you very much. Get a bit of sub hype going. Thought Coronas were urine, not water. Might be onto something there. Now, how many storage chests are there? 692. So what does that equate to in total storage?
Another visitor. Stay a while.
Good Dave, thank you for following that.
Stay forever.
So I put in a whole lot of things which were meant to be... I put a whole lot of follows which were meant to happen randomly. Like low chance random. And that's twice now it's rolled. I get the feeling that the low probability is a little bit not as low as they claim. See, 64 days, cool. I do have both, 1 and 2, you know. I can't get back into them though.
Another visitor. Stay a while.
Is that...
Stay forever.
the blackboard? 666, thank you for the follow. The thing is, the thing that's actually set is this thing. See, it's still there. I think, Streamlabs' thing's broken. It's supposed to be randomly and very rarely frequency. Let's have a look at that. I'll change it to rarely. How's it going? You follow yourself? Yeah, when you hit the test button, it does a self-follow. I'm trying to work out how to say that. Oh... El Diablo aboard. Ah, that's it. I got it now. El Diablo aboard. How's it going? It's only 1 PM and I want some sleep. Be so good before I am. Damn, you do some crazy hours. Now, is this thing Blinkapoo? No, because I didn't... one job. More coffee. At some point, energy drinks might be better. One job. Plug in the wire. Got up at 7 AM, it's 9 PM, want to sleep. Doesn't help that I don't go to bed until 2 AM. Sounds like me. I was thinking energy drink because the thing with coffee is it does give you a kick, but after a while it just stops you. All it does is stop you sleeping, it doesn't stop you feeling tired and worn out. Whereas an energy drink, some of the energy drinks will actually wake you up. Really kind of yawning. Wow. Yawnicate much? Don't eat drinks, stuff with lots of sugar. That's the downside to energy drinks. That is true. Is that they just cram it full of everything to try and wake up as a wider possible market as possible. Ah, you're from over in Shred Nation. Yeah, I don't even understand what Shred's doing with what he's currently doing. It's insane. I like it though. It's midnight and still working on schoolwork. Ugh. I remember those days. It's nasty. The expectation that you're meant to spend all your time studying. There's multiple coal ones, isn't there? Yeah, there is. Oops, that's not entirely what I intended. See if I can go to the dead one. I think I am. Yep, I am. Teresa firmly believes school to be BS. It's an interesting challenge, but it is tedious and irritating to no end. Oh, I just scooped up a fishy. And that's all the coal from here. There was like 3 or 4 coal patches here at one point. I think there was one there, one up there, and one down there. It's quite a lot actually. I'm really obliterating. So this is like the last of the really early patches that were left over from the version 12 days. I guess whole lot can go. Oh yeah, did I demolish? Yeah, I did. There was a radar station there at one point. Biters used to love eating it. Show your armor. Yeah? I'm a little bit light on the fusion reactor front. I actually don't care for having a lot of bullets too. I build it for maximum running speed. And then just cram in whatever else I can. Yeah, version 12 as in version 12 from 2016. I started in version 12.25 to be specific. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Just chomp up that. I don't need that. There we go. You hardly know any damage was done at all. Off we go. We got to do a lap of the base now. Yes, that's why the map looks the way it does, is because it's so old. This is version 12 generation. Stack up blueprints. That's been suggested. I'm not actually sure which version 12 was first for me. It was pretty early. Because I think it was like December 2015 I bought the game. Or thereabouts. Nope, that's not where I intended to go. Where am I going? Oh, I'm still going to Coal 1, that's why. Okay, I'm going to use the trash there. I came out in the middle of nowhere to just dump trash. Just like real life. Suppose I better clear that thing too. Oh yeah. And the version 12 terrain generation I think was the best. The ore generation left a lot to be desired. Maybe to a lesser extent 13, because 13 gave you really broken deserts and no stone. 14 was okay, but wasn't the best. Yeah, the terrain gen's changing again. From what I've heard. But they only do it on major release changes. They're not going to change it incrementally. Don't work with you. I actually do one of everything. Where they messed up steam engines? No. 15, they changed it so that the steam engines took steam instead of hot water. 14 was same as 12. Yeah, so the original, or the first one, which has actually been redone, is this one. This is the steam engine plant, which has been here since version 12. You can tell because there's pumps inside pumps, and like this one's now technically on land because it was on water when it was placed. Actually, the same is true of a lot of these. After that, there's autosave. There's autosave. There's the primary solar plant, solar field here, which keeps growing. The secondary solar field, this is the old stamp it used to be. I actually rebuilt the entire solar field in 15. The one down the bottom. This is the booster solar, but it just stays on all the time now. And over here is the nuclear. It's actually churning through the uranium. It had a step up, step down controller, but it's not being used anymore. Land pumps, yeah. I think 17 will be quite interesting when it comes out. Nuclear, it isn't too bad compared to Steam. Steam's horrific. Hopewell and Can came up with this design. It's pretty good in terms of UPS. Having said that, it runs these things at it uses 1.5, and technically these are pretty bad for UPS, the generators. So there might be some gains to be had there. Now. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I don't have a coal 4, but I do have a coal 5. Why don't I have a coal 4? Why is that all lit? Oh, I see. I see now. I might expand that down and pick up a few of these. That's going to become... That was intended to become a stone outpost. 8.1. What's left of you? 942. Still quite a bit. Alright, I'm going to head up there. Let's get a train going. Now. Just go up to the wall. Not been reading anything about the game in a few months. It's about to hit stable. It's probably the main thing. PvP balancing has been going on. All this logic, gotta cry. Yeah, that train controller is pretty brutal, isn't it? When I break it, if I was to break it down, it's actually pretty straightforward. You wouldn't believe me, but it's true. That's why I say it's all in the conceptually. Like if you look at overall, conceptually, it's fairly straightforward. But once you get down into it, it is actually pretty involved because there's a lot of little factors to deal with. I like that patch. It's a delicious looking patch. Actually, the copper one up there is there's two fused together is even nicer. Please break it down. Hey, lumberjack Jesus. So the best way to break it down is this section here is just a display. It doesn't actually functionally do anything. Everything that you see is being triggered by this bit here, which there's actually not that many combinators to it. Not ignoring this bit here, like this section here just generates the signal output. So you can see there it's counting through 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1. This one here actually produces the signal output. So it converts these into the 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the master clock. Yeah, that's the master clock. So that synchronizes everything. This one steps it down. So this is the master clock. This turns on the master clock and tells it what to step up in. So steps are 1. This is how many ticks to spend on each outpost. And so the clock is slowed down by this thing here. This one tells it how many different types of outposts there are. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That tells how many to break down. So if I set this to 3, it would go 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. And yeah, so all of the clocks are derived from this. So the output of the clock here, you follow the red wire, goes into here, which is the divide down. But it also goes into here, which creates the clock for switching through the different types, so the different outpost types. So see, this one counts much slower. And this bit here is what sets the maximum to count up to for this clock. So yeah, so the Z counts through. There's just each one of these converts Z of 0 into signal 0, Z of 1 into 1, Z of 2 into 2, Z of 3 into 3, Z of 4 into 4. And then it gets multiplied by this signal that's counting up here, this black signal, which is the divided down clock, and that's what gives you the final outpost signal. That light's just there for the sake of being there. And then the actual logic happens in here. So on this red wire here is how much is waiting in each unload. So there's currently no stone in the base, there's very little iron and very little copper, and 1.1 million coal. I don't think I've set a coal limit yet. No, I haven't. That's kind of important. These enable and disable the different trains. Yeah, so the capacity unloads come into here, and this tells it how much is the maximum. So the maximum the copper unload can hold is 1.7 million. The maximum the iron can hold is 3.3 million. 150k for stone, and I haven't put in coal yet. And then this gets divided up into fifths. And then 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, and 5/5 for sending trains. So when the copper goes below 2/5, it sends 4 trains. When it goes below 3/5, it sends 3 trains. 4/5, 1 train. 5/5, which is full, no trains. These lights just represent what's going on. Currently, this is off, so it doesn't want to send any trains at all. So all these are out. And then this gets combined with how many loads are available at each outpost, and that's turned into the number of trains that it can receive. So if an outpost has, say this outpost here, these outposts all have 4 train loads waiting. Therefore, they can all receive up to 4 trains. I don't think I have an example, otherwise... Oh, there's one. So this one only has 3, so it can only receive a maximum of 3 trains. So 1 train will get left behind. And then if there was only 1, then only 1 train will be sent. And yeah, that's pretty much it, as far as the overall logic goes. This bit here just receives coal from the power plant. And then the sidings, so there's 4 trains per outpost, and then this is copper, so there's 20 total. So 420s, 4 multiplied by 20 worth of trains are here, train stops and trains are here. Seems simple and elegant. That's exactly what I wanted it to be. Very simple and something that just works. All it does is the clock. Before explaining that, I'll come back to here. The clock, all it does is it just steps through each outpost, connects it to each respective yard, and so the outpost says I have this, and then the yard receives how many trains that equates to, and that's it. Feels weird, but actually following what's going on. If I had some diagrams, it would make it a lot easier. I say it's kind of like a multiplexer because as it steps through really quickly, but it's basically going, you know, iron 1, then iron 2, then iron 3. And so at iron 1, it sends out how much is waiting at iron 1, how many trains are there, all that sort of thing. Which gets fed through this combinator and turned into the number of trains to send out. And then it's received here by this memory here, and see it actually says T of -4, which means don't send any trains. And yeah, so no trains are being sent. And every time it cycles through, it gets refreshed, which means that if you break the wire, it means it won't lose track of anything, which I think Hoffneys can't handle. If you break a wire on Hoffneys, it crash and burns. And what that means is that if you break a wire or you lose the master signal, all the trains will eventually return to their sidings. And yeah. So so what's here is iron 7. So let's have a look here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that one there. Then if I pull up that pole, let's disconnect the power and everything. You see, now it says that there's no outpost there. And so it won't send any more trains. And then... I'll just grab the blueprint out. Oh, that's not the right one. There it is. This is actually not how these blueprints are supposed to be used, but oh well. So once that power pole's back, it's back again. There's a great deal of convention here that works in your favour, not a lot of dynamic. How do you mean? So it doesn't seem like much because they launch most of their 1.0 goals. Oh, yeah. That's what happened with 16. There isn't a... they were talking about new graphics and such. Yeah, the final goal is pretty close, so it's not surprising the big changes are not happening anymore. You're not going to see anything like the 15 jump. Even 14... No one really mentions it, but 14 was only a tiny jump. It was barely a blip. Okay. What are we about there? Yeah, the Allegro. Whatever it's called. No more being burdened by DX9. That's not the right spot. 13 introduced multiplayer in the server browser. 14 made it bearable. 14 was when they got rid of they optimized a lot of multiplayer. The stupid thing. 8 times. Yeah, at least 8 times. Sunny Honey Bunny's been here for the entire lot. Remember when it was only just 5 trains? It is not impossible. The trouble is I'm sick of doing it, so it's not likely to happen anytime soon. Remember when it was only 3 trains as well. Oh, the outposts work on 4 trains if there was not a system for hanging. Yeah, if I wanted to send... So, the next step up, which is the more Hoffney style system, which is one that uses smart trains where you can send any train to any outpost. Because I'm limited to... Where's the stupid train stops? Because I'm limited to... There it is. Vanilla train scheduling. I have to have one train... Or a set of trains for every outpost. What the hell is this going to be? Smart trains is a mod, yeah. 3... Hang on. Oh no, there isn't a 9 one. If go even back even further, when it was the 1 rocket per minute base, and there was only, what was it, 4 copper unloaders for 242s. It is possible, but it's difficult to the point where it's debatable whether it's worth your time. I want to know where all these strange train stop names are coming from. Ply wall. Iron 20, 1918. 3. I have this feeling that I've placed down an outpost and not named something. Goal 4. Goal 3. And whether I can remember going seems to be named correctly. So I wonder where the hell this stop is. The one I'm at right now. Is it? No, that's not it. I'm just curious what this is. Let's see where it goes. Well, maybe I'll build this first. Trying to get too far ahead of myself. Oh yeah, I got a call earlier today. The final program we shipped off, they said need to fix some stuff because there's likely to fail. I gotta more work. That's the thing going to the space station. That I've been working on. The trouble is they don't tell you any of this stuff beforehand. They don't tell us any of this stuff beforehand. They're just like, oh yeah, by the way, this. I don't bother. Could have said it earlier. Don't do it this way. For this reason. I forget what it's called that it connects to. It's the... I think it was the materials... material study module. It's an unfortunate side effect of working with, or having to deal with people at that level, is that there is a tendency for heads to be lodged very far up, very tight spaces. There's also, in that sort of professional world, there's also that type of person that gets off being being the better person. Like, I can't think of how to best describe it. They get off on standing over people. You know, that haha, I'm so smart type thing. That's already full. I've come across quite a few people that are like that. Can't think of it. What you'd call it. Feeling superior, yeah. Oh, narcissist, yeah. Alright, where are we gonna go? Condescension, yeah. Just couldn't quite place it. Where am I? Apparently it is right there. Hang on. Okay, so I can't get to it. So it's not on the network. It's not that. Where the hell is it? That's not it. I kind of hate having random train stops in the thing. Let's rack it up. West of the South Solar. There it is. Ah. Thank you. Damn, the laser eyes are strong on Sunny Honey Buddy today. Oh, I might as well reverse back and put the thingy in and get out of here. That's the one thing I wasn't looking for. Okay. That's slightly inconvenient. Is there a bot network? Oh no, I took the bot network away from this thing. That's why. I should also give it a controller too, eh? You can be number one. I have a sneaking suspicion the previous outpost I didn't set the request. Wherever that was. Down here. Oh no. Runners can! With a sub! 4 months in a row. Thank you very much. Sub hype. Speaking of, I better fix that view. How many robot do I put in for mining? I put about 700 in there. 700 is sort of my go-to number. Okay, let's extend out to... There is a stone patch there. I thought I saw one. Yeah, you don't want too many. 600 to 700. Oh yes, name the stations. Good point. I'm all over it. Over the place today. Okay, let's check the controller. It's happy with that. It's good. It's not good when it isn't happy with it. This might be a weird one. Actually, I got a better idea. Oh, maybe one of the... Nah, it's not gonna do it. What I will do... Curve it down. Then the intersection. Oh, actually, I could have Y-junction that, even. Maybe. Yeah, I could have done that. Pull it back a bit. I always underestimate how much space is needed for these things. Making these blueprints has made life so much easier. Okay, one diagonal. I really probably shouldn't use diagonals because they are kind of bad for UPS. Unbelievably. Perfect. Fortunately, train UPS isn't too much of a problem yet for me. Because there's so much other UPS hogs, like inserters. Oh. Yeah, that came out, I think, in 14, so... let me show... where is it? It's kind of useful. There it is. I think that's it. Yep, collision boxes. So, the collision box of the train, when it goes around the corner, the game has to calculate the angles of it and such, and everything associated with that. And do all the collision checks on diagonals, and that takes longer when it's off a 90-degree orientation. It's actually kind of funny because it's something so absurd causes lag. To really encounter it though, you need a lot of trains and a lot of wagons. So it's not something you're likely to encounter normally. I think the first time that was found was on the sim map. And that was an absurd number of trains on that map too. How did that go off? Ah, victory pole. What kind of idiot victory poles? Oh wait, me. This kind of person who would victory pole a thingy. An ore patch. Ore puddle. It's too late in the afternoon to be thinking. And one more there. I'm just going to delete those. Alright, next step. Some of that. Some of that. A lot of that. Are leaving a gap to torture us? Probably. There's a gap. I can usually get away with not covering everything. I think that's all covered. Yeah. Ah, there we go. What was I saying? Yeah, I can usually get away with a little bit of wonkiness in the mining outpost just because I don't normally have to look at them. Ah, there's another pole. There we go. It's probably a little bit too far away, but oh well. Definitely name the convert. I've got to put the controller down and everything too. I'll get all these built first. Oh, I'm out of track. Best guess 17, 4 months, 5. Let's go with 7, 8, 9, maybe 14, 27. There we go, completely emptied that wagon. To perfection. Signals. Signals. Storage. Okay. Is there any benefits to smelting centrally? It does help with distribution if you smelt centrally. Smelting in outposts helps to reduce the overall number of trains that are moving because the item's twice the density. You can carry twice as many plate as you can ore. But smelting at your mining does have its own problems. It's mainly just controlling the rate. I'll make that right.
Another visitor.
Okay, thank you for the follow there.
Stay forever.
I'm glad to see that Streamlabs is still always playing that. Even though I'm supposed to play it like once every 30 times. One job. Earlier today I was playing around with the settings and cleaning up a few things. It creeps you out, yeah. Got me too. It's supposed to only, like, it makes sense to have it fire off randomly once or twice. Not every time. Alright, I'm gonna do one of them internet searching things for it about it. What's it called? Alert box. You haven't customized your Streamlabs to follow with JavaScript to implement your own randomly generated messages. It's all supposed to be there, ready to go. A Streamlabs variation's glitched. Oh. I see. It's so dumb. So you need to add a variation for the default, otherwise the normal one will always trigger. So I need a variation, which is that. I see my padding settings have been lost too. I did actually customize the thing to not make it shrink down too much. Hang on, was that the right color? Yeah, that's fine. And then the other one.
Another visitor. Stay a while. Stay forever.
It's wrong level. Don't want to deafen people. There we go. See what that does next time. Just refresh thingy. There it goes. Alright, so continuing on. I'll get rid of these. Never played Gauntlet? The copy that I have is called Deeper Dungeons, but the disc doesn't work anymore. It loads the game in the character selection screen, but when it tries to load the actual game, it just fails. It actually stopped working in like 1994 or something, that disc. It was a sad day. Gauntlet / Deeper Dungeons. Yeah, on the disc it's called Deeper Dungeons, but then when you load the game it's called Gauntlet. What the... One job. Hey Vosk, how's it going? Vusk. Let's paint some settings. All voice games really sound like that. Yeah, that's a limitation. I like that was what synthesized voice sounded like back then. One thing I haven't been doing is putting... Tyner don't want to go to work. But for the rest, it's all fine. I haven't actually been putting these storage chests in. It's bad. It's probably I'm using all the bots, eh? There's a lot charging. More charging. Looks better. Might drop some more bots in just in case. It's 900 now. Alright, so I put the trash in. Now I need the copper controller, which didn't place. So you can shift click. There we go. Alright, so what are you gonna be? What are you gonna be? What are you gonna be? You are... by the looks of that, number 6. Copper... Number 6. Set the number, and there we go. Ah, crap. Well, I guess you won't get one. You can't get that, though. Yep, too far. I looked away for a second then. Just 1 second. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and set the number. Here with the old one, used to be able to map view with just enough time to actually catch it. Not anymore. Yes. Now... That's one hell of an oil field. Basically just need coal. There was a small patch here. What is that, 1.5? Suppose I need a copper one to replace that too. What is this smart madness? That is a drain controller. I'm currently in the process of replacing the old one here, the old tired one, which you can see is just derping through slowly, with this nice shiny new fast one. Same basic orders? Yeah, actually. Where are we? So normally it's drop off first, then the hold, and then the outpost. This one is the only one where it's only tied to a specific trigger. The unload is time-based. Same with this one. That's actually an old setting. Should be 60 seconds. 30 seconds. The problem is, a lot of these orders do need to be fixed, and I really don't want to do it. Yeah, and then it goes on, it's copper hold 2, then copper 2. 2. 3. Yeah, that one's all over the place. It's probably just me clicking and dragging or something. Only the input or the controls are based? Only the input. So because the whole base is one big block, everything else happens as it needs to. Mainly just because then I can have crazy amounts of belts everywhere. What happens if you have too many trains trying to drop off ore? They start queuing up here, but generally that's not a problem. That's why I added the timeout, so that if there's too many, then they'll eventually just slide out back to here. But that's never really happened. It has happened a few times, mainly, or the times that it has happened is because I've done something to cause it. On its own, it won't do it so much. Okay, that's done. I'll do that one. I'm gonna wait for that one. I might tap off there, grab some coal. Should also go to iron 20. Okay. Why isn't science on right now? None of the ore trains are running, that's why. You can actually see, like, there's no green circus right now because there's no iron plate. There's a bit of copper still there, but there's not much of anything. Ah, I forgot to rename it again. There we go. I'm actually pretty low on coal patches. Oh, I say that and there's a coal there. That is pretty close to spawn. The trouble is I did burn a lot of the coal. Oh, there's one there too. Got an iron station on that one. That was actually a big iron station in one stage. That's probably about the biggest coal patch I've had, that one there. For some reason, when I'd set up the RSO originally, it generated very compressed coal patches. So coal is very small normally. There was a big one here actually too. There was also a big one here, but it was very low yield. I might have to go out that way. I might have to actually go find some fresh territory soon. Oh, I thought that was something else, but no, that's actually perfectly grabbable. It's more copper too, which I do need. Oh, 5. I think I can handle 5 coal outposts for now. Next mission, to do it in separate bases. It's not likely to happen, unfortunately. The reason why I built this base was to avoid the trains towns thing. Grab those. Okay, that's that dealt with. What are you? 2.2. Alright. Yeah, so this original build came about after the sim map. With Colonel Will and Exterm. And one of the things I didn't want to do, because that map... So the end of that game actually got really boring, because there was nothing left to do. So the thing with the whole towns concept is once you plug in all the bot networks, that's pretty much it. It's done forever. Never need to touch anything again, ever again. Trains weren't searching for new train stop when repathing. You could actually get the descent edit. You can do it strategically turning trains off, but you need to know who's moving, and that's where it gets really awkward. There's a few tricks you can use. It's just not easy to, it's just non-trivial to do. Probably don't need that much track. Just trim this down. Oh, I'm yawning like crazy right now. You spend 30 episodes wishing you built your rails to the smelter differently. Pretty much sums up this playthrough. Like I was setting up the 363s. I always regretted that. Oh, I should have done 282 or bigger. Or 310 or 10. I would have done 310 but that's not a great size. It's not very workable. Alright, you can be coal. And this one can be copper. You can also be the trash. 16-0-16. Mixed copper and oil. Yeah, it's nasty, isn't it? It's pretty brutal. Since this one's holding copper, I'll take it up. More you. Hello, chests. I better grab some... I might run out of roboports. I don't need them. Very likely to run out of train stops. As I was saying, very likely to run out of train stops. What's the mission for this map nowadays? To make it unplayable. I'm out of combinators. Out of everything. If you run out of stuff, you restart. I actually wondered about doing the left turn base, where belts can only make left-hand turns. Sounds like a laugh. There's exactly 700. Ah, crap. Well, that ain't good. The bots just went and done threw everything in the bin. I need a constant, I think. No, it's there. Why is it dumping everything? Just needs another chest. Blah, blah. Yonder coal. I think that might have... yeah, it's emptied it out. Good. Utter creativity. Okay, I'm gonna need to go back and reload. Apparently not. I need some chains. They're not chains. I've used up all the modules in the train too. Bots are so fast. I made it in. I didn't see that before. You don't get to see them running at 60-60 very often, do you? There we go. And there's the trash train. If you load your game up, see how bots are... I think my game's broken. You got either they are hot air balloons or Bob's tech. Or something of that nature. Okay, what can I get rid of?
Another visitor. Stay a while.
Mr. Carbon Minna.
Stay
Negative.
forever.
Apparently it still plays that all the time. Damn it all. It's because I didn't press save. Hello, hello. If I can get my windows right. There's so many layers. Tuned in yesterday, forgot to follow Amazing Base. Yeah, it's a labour of love. 60% of the time it works every time. Makes sense. Has it made super concrete? That is on the to-do list. So one day I want to redo the train track concreting. I might do that once the base starts running again. It's quite the pollution cloud that made. I'm not even sure if I have a regular concrete factory. Because there's so much concrete in storage, I don't need to make any. All the trains are on nuclear, yeah. Got a run time for work? Alright, catch you later then. What did I just build? A resume of the logistics of the base? Sure. I believe that's not quite the right word, but I know what you mean. Let me just grab one thing. There we are. So, the base is everything, it's one big block. Lights yell at the train, science happens. Yeah, so the whole... that's not what I wanted. The whole base is one big block. It's not like distributed trains. Yeah, so smelting is the majority of the base here. And then this is all just belts, which I'll zoom in on shortly. So trains come in, they unload to these. This is copper unloading. Stone unloading is just here. And then iron unloading all the way along here, and then steel is here. The end result is, so from the steel smelting, there's 16 blue belts of steel. And come over here, there's 112 belts of iron, 8 belts of stone, and 96 blue belts of copper. Not enough steel. I can never get enough steel. Steel's one of the trouble spots. Of that, most of it goes into green circuits, so this is the output of the green circuit build. So there's one here, one, two, well, two, three, and four. Four green circuit builds, and collectively produces 68 blue belts of green circuits. Of that, some of it gets, 20 of them belts get sent off to red circuits to make 16. It makes 14 belts, but it gets sent out into 16 belts of red circuits, of which 8 belts of red circuits get turned into speed 1 modules, 4 get turned into blue circuits, and I think it was 36 of the green circuits get turned into blue circuits. So there's the 8 for speed 1s, and then from here all the way down to here is the rest of the green circuits that go into blue circuits. So the majority of the green circuits actually go into these things, which in itself produces 3 blue belts of blue circuits. Moving along, smelting, electric furnaces. It takes in extraordinary amounts of steel and stone and turns into half a belt of furnaces. Gears, makes 16 lanes of gears to make mining drills, to make a blue belt of mining drills, an actual blue belt of mining drills at that. To keep up with science, it needs 2,400, a blue belt. Jason Bourne TV, how's it going? Turrets, it's again another iron sink, a coal and copper sink, and another iron sink in the form of grenades. There's a separate network? No, it is the bot network, because there's no production by bots. So the ME covers everything. Engines, it takes like 2 blue belts of pipe. Once again, it actually produces 2 blue belts of engines because some of it gets turned into red engines. Inserters for green science, a blue belt of inserters is produced, same with transport belts. Hey, Jason Bourne, they give the host there. Yeah, they make everything. It basically covers the whole thing because the network's normally only used for construction. Any of the bots are used for transferring items back where they need to be, or for like delivering nuclear fuel or something. And then you're down to the production, science production. Everything gets produced initially on the blue belt and then gets pushed down onto the red belt, pair of red belts for the map. And then you come down to here where you've got the 6 out of the 7 packs on red belts. The space packs comes from down here. The way the numbers work out, it's like 2 red belts of each rocket component. So nice. It is actually. It frees up the bots to do so many useful little tasks. Oh, that's interesting. How slow the satellites are moving. It's probably because they're over-compressed. That's really weird. Yeah, it's a ring of satellites that fuel these things. And then all of the packs of Skittles go into the labs here, of which there is a lot of labs. And yeah, that's pretty much... Oh, there's actually a bit of a spill over there. I should scoop those up. I could filter my decon planner. Yeah, the bot network covers the entire base, and it just moves stuff around as it needs to. So, like, the construction bots will tear up this, put it in storage, and then the logistics bots will return these packs where they need to be. So you see them scooping it up. In fact, the construction bots might even put it back into the chests instead of into storage. Compression doesn't exist in this game? Yeah, it does. It was put back in. I think there's still some wonkiness with it, but it's basically back to the same level as the olden days. So actually doing a little bit of research now. Yeah, I don't know of many people that have actually done a full belt base like this. Most people, like, if they do belts, they revert to the train towns type arrangement. There's to make everything. Old-fashioned one, actually. There's some changes that need to be done to it to modernize it to the latest version. But I don't want to do that right now. Anyway, this is coal something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do actually have 5. Huh. I seem to remember one of these missing. Ah, there's 2 coal 2s. That's why. So where's the second coal 2? Coal 5, coal 2. It's not up there. Your coal 1. Is there a number wrong? 1. Thanks for explanation. No worries. Your coal 4. 4. 3. 3. So 1, 2. You 3. It's not up there. Yeah, if you spot it, let me know. 5. Oh, I know what it is. I are smart. Because this one isn't -1. There we go. One, two, three, 4 is not on the network, that's right. So this is 6. Ah, there isn't a coal 6 train anyway. Right, what are you gonna be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There. Need to show your boyfriend's face. I just forgot 11. I gotta eat more coffee. I'm all over the place right now. That's why I don't normally stream at this time. Okay. I still like more outposts. Okay. That is everything? Yeah. Let's go to coal 4 next. I'll fix that wire. And then I might build something there. I'm running out of iron patches, actually. It's pretty much this lot here, and that's it. I could probably get 2 out of that. I get, what's that, 8.7? I could actually get 2 out of that and 2 out of that, too. What's that? Oh, it's a little doot of iron. You see, once I'm over there, oh, that's worth 2 as well. The productivity is at 800%, so It's a lot of iron. That's why we enjoy the train journey. Alright, where does the signal stop? A few hours of iron. There it is. So that should show up now. Yep. Why is 2? Seems a little low. Trains aren't moving. Why are you... it's still filling. Huh. Okay. I won't argue with it. There's no patches under this thing. I did actually have some iron and copper under this, several patches at one point. I'm gonna have to pick up the other one, because there's some copper under it. It's 5.4 million in that tiny little strip. I probably should make a start on it now, because that's going to be there a while. So, copper 12, we'll say. Done Pearl Hunter. The duck is here. Wouldn't it be nice if these tracks were decorated properly? Uh-oh, rocket fuel train. Cut off. Alrighty. Set the coal trains yet? I actually need iron to make more. I don't have enough coal trains to service what I got. I only got enough yes, like one from coal 5. Oh, I got 3 for coal 5, and there's none for coal 6. I just don't have the resources for it. When I say don't have the resources, it's a very relative measure. I'm going to tap off here just because this is a pretty heavily burdened line. Don't want to jam too many trains down to one spot. Ha. Nope. There it is. Ah, yeah. Nope. There it is. I need to do copper trains as well, actually. I'm still short numbers on copper trains. Bloop. Bloop. And bloop. And bloop. And bloop. Nope, the thing stopped working. There we go. One question, you have a balance 10 to 6? That's a really weird one. That's a really, really weird size. It's basically a 16 and you take off the center outputs. Oh yeah, that's nasty. Does it have to be 10? It's kind of dick butt. Maybe a little. This map has given me a lot of peanut-shaped patches, though. I gotta run back and get the train. Maybe it's an exceptionally fluffy duck. Sometimes you wish you're an actual duck. Do you wish you're a Scrooge McDuck? I don't know if that'll be a good thing. Actually, I might not be able to build anymore because I'll be out of train stops. And I can't make any more train stops because I don't have steel. This might be the last one before I unleash it. 1, 2, 3. No, 4 or 5. Is this correct? Apparently there's no 2 either. Even though there's one. I think I know what it is. No, it's not that one. I was worried I hadn't connected it or something. Do you have blueprint strings for your railbook? I do. Check out the blueprint string there that's been linked. So where is iron 2? Now I've got to play the find the patch game. Oh, that's right, it was that one there. No, I did move it. Ah, it's one that I missed, that's why. Huh, how about that? So iron 4. I was thinking about running down and I was like, nah, I probably shouldn't. I'll finish this first and then go down there and fix iron 2. That's why I get this stuff like that is the reason why I never get anything done. Someone knows if I have a YouTube channel? I do actually. Mainly just for VODs currently. And the PvP production event. You'd almost think I should put those on a timer or something. I'm gonna do something horrible and rotate it. And offset it. Why can't I do something like this? Why must people... Why must you be a duck? Don't know. Could be a copper duck. See how far I can go with this. The mortal bounds of the fleshy thing you have. It's not fluffy enough. Sure you're not a furry? Sounds like furry talk. Okay, that's that. It's complaining about something. It's 4. All is well. I'll start it on its way and then stop. There. So I want to clear this. Ducks don't have fur, it's just the quack. What is it, rule 22? Stupid victory pole. Just turn that down a bit. Seems to be, the level seems to be higher than normal. So hard to maintain consistent levels. You'd think it'd be pretty easy these days, but nope. Okay, that goes. And this takes its place. Rule 22, copy and paste is made to ruin every last bit of originality. It's not quite the one I had in mind. I'll just stick with it though. I don't want to delve too deep into the rules. Alright, so that should be 2 happy, joy. I'm missing 5 and 12, but I think I can deal with it. It's time to head home. Hey, for how goes the outposting? Pretty good. We've actually reached the point where we're out of supplies. Rule 45. So, if I was to look at the status of outposts, when one sees a lion, one must get into the car. It seems very self-evident. Yeah, so this is the status of the outpost now. So there's 5 stone outposts, there's 6 coal outposts, 18 iron, which is good. Am I going to turn on the base now? Soon. I'm actually going to leave you in suspense for a minute or two while I go refill my water, because I really need a drink. So I'll be back shortly. Don't go too far. we go. Did I set the chests of the new outpost? Probably not. Come to think of it. It's not exactly finished anyway, because I want another train stop this side. Similar deal with this one here. Because it's 8 million, I can pump a lot of iron out of it. Meow. It's a plastic train. It's also a headphone not sitting properly. How's that? That's better. Whoa. I'm just getting in. Whoops, too far. Getting ready to do more trains. Go. Okay. Just bored, heading off. Alright, catch you later. Have a good night. Hey, commotion socks. They're back. Now. I didn't calculate that. What was it? Blah 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 blah. 692. Rule 301. No, this is Patrick. And French is 8 o'clock. Okay, it's 8 o'clock in the morning now. So when you're saying good night, you're really saying good morning, and you're completely nocturnal. So 688 by 2400. By what do they hold? They hold 2400. I did hear. I was there for some of it. All-time gamer. What am I trying to accomplish? I'm redoing all the outposts. So all my outposts are managed by this combinator contraption here. This one here. Only I've upgraded it to a better one. This one here. Because this one doesn't do coal. This one does. And so I had to convert everything over. And now I'm at the point, and also rebuilt a whole lot of new outposts. So I get more ore in. Probably not going to get enough copper coming in though. Now that came out. What was that one? 1650. One. Let me type. Nope. Too many ones there. 1650. 0, 0, 0. There it is. Hoffney stream. Ah, hello. Good morning. So the maximum for that is 1.6 million. Alright, let's ready for the turn on? Love to, but job disagrees with streaming during work time. Ready for the turn on? I think it's time to turn it on. And away they go, I hope. Assuming I didn't break something. Nope, the coal trains are going. Alright, I unplugged a wire somewhere. I think I know where. Over here. Huh. Okay. I think I know what's wrong. I know. Yeah. Off you go. Sigh. So, first thing I can do is that. Second thing I can do is change that to 1. There we go. Get rid of that. Hopefully, I should be able to paste that over everything else. If I change that. There we go. So only a minor false start there. It's a long weekend, went out to work yesterday. Body feels like Saturday today. Okay, it's lighting up. The main thing is I'm not overriding anything unique to each controller module thing. Controller nodule. Like that. 3. Because it's stone. There we go, stone. And copy this again. There. Then there. And there, then there. Excellent. Did anyone clip it? That's a good question. Was the cutting power early on? Because early on, someone, in the first day, someone joined and was just messing with the base. I also spy some train stuff here. Take that. Okay, now for iron. Iron helps us play. Stuck. I don't actually have to be that close because I am only pasting settings, which I think... Oh, never mind. Pasting settings doesn't depend on distance. I'm doing the thing Hoffney hates too, the feature Hoffney hates, where the combinator settings paste over. Oh yeah, yep. I don't even know who it was. Yeah, apparently past me pre-prepared some trains. I probably should head over to the power plant. I don't think you have. No, you don't. There's no point in me making more copper trains. I got the trains pre-filled. It's a lot of trains for what use? These are all the copper trains. They're just copper trains. 4 for each outpost, and there's 20 out, and there's up to 20 outposts. Okay, so let's try this again. Coal trains are actually all back again. Let's turn it on. Away we go. It begins. Be free! I think it was legitimate biters when the rocket went up. The problem was there was a big chunk of mainline that wasn't defended properly. Sexy? Oh yeah. It should still be clearing by the time the first lot of trains come back. Not actually seeing any mining yet. Oh, coal. Yeah, there we go. So the first copper trains arrived at this outpost. So there's still more coming out. Oh dear. There's a bit of a queue forming here. What happened to space science? On this base, or what you mean? Okay. So the first lot of copper trains are cleared. There's no copper 7 and 8, I'm guessing. That's why they're still there. Yep, see, these two are red, 7 and 8. So there's no nothing to pick up. It's cleared pretty quick. I think the first lot's just coming back now. Yep, there's the first copper train returning. Another copper train. This is just 149,000, 150,000 just mining. Just seeing a UPS drop just from the trains. First rocket space science. I don't know. I wasn't around for the first of the SpaceX. Oh, it's stopping across there. So there we go, we're unloading. Using RSO. This map was made with RSO, I don't have it loaded currently though. The RSO was set up much like what you would get of a rail world in 15. It's probably going to take a while to sort of settle in. Yep, all of the trains are now gone that need to be gone. Here comes the trains back. So massive ore patches? Sort of. They're big, but they're not that rich, realistically, compared to what you would get out of a modern, like, current game. They're big for version 12. If I move... yeah, it would get deleted if you launched it and didn't remove it. Colonel Will had it in his inventory, the space packs. He probably spent it on something. Okay, start to see iron. Not seeing any circuits yet. don't think any... Yeah, this is only the first of the iron trains unloading. We're only making plate at the minute, 77,000 copper plate per minute. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, apart from the first rocket launch, you haven't actually done any more. Where are all the trains? Oh, they're all up here. Yeah. It's just alternating trains. This one's never getting a look in. It's a bad thing. I'll let these get through. Have we got circuits yet? Nope, we're still just producing iron plate and copper plate so far. And tonight, don't forget Internet Rule 632. Definitely. That's not something. That's something you should always keep in mind. Producing nearly 300k iron ore per minute. It's just funny that we're only producing plate at 151,000 iron plate per minute. It's not actually going anywhere. It hasn't found its way into the base yet. How was stone? Stone made it in yet? I think it's all been stolen by buffer chests, actually. You came back empty. Stone 4, keep that in mind. Brick now. 167,000 iron plate per minute. Yeah, this far. How's it going? Okay, there's plate 2 circuits heading out now. Get on the rocket ship. 160 of each. No. No, 10k. So I was 100, I was looking at that. 151, I think, is only half of what it produces. Okay, copper wire, that's the start of circuits. 2, 3, 4. It's just nice to see this kick up again. Stone 4 check. We'll add that to the list. Make sure that gets done. There we have circuits. It's still going up, 37,000 circuits per minute. UPS is down to 50. Copper wire. Okay, we're actually exceeded the circuit production of the original base, so we're now at 100,000. I think the maximum for a green circuit is 169,000. 112,000? Just keeps on giving. Ah, it's hit red circuits, and we're starting to see steel now too. How long does it take to make all this? So this particular step of the project I started last year, 2 red belts. The 1 red belts also took a few months. But this is, I've been playing the same map for off and on for 2 years. I started this map in 2016. 125,000? 126,000? What was it, October or November I started this? Just before 16 was released. It's almost maxed out on steel, actually. It's like 16k, I think it is, for steel. No, 36, so it's barely even touching it. What is the game time? Just getting close to 1,000, actually. 926. Red circuits is kicking in. It's getting really busy. That's the why I say. It's going to be really busy just to get that initial kick done. Down 050, my trains mod. Without you being able to see stats of your trains. Ooh. That does sound nice. 149. Seeing blue circuits come to life. I think it's capped out. For now, at least. It's got all that. Yeah, there's... No, it's... I see continuous belts. I wonder why it's not maxing out. Might not have reached the end yet. It's also possible I need to replace this end with this. See, this one's compressing down nicely, these are not. Could rename backend names of trains. Ooh, nice. It's actually dropped right back. 11,000 red circuits per minute. There we go. It's back in action. These aren't moving. That'd be why. It's waiting on copper. Yep. Ooh, yep. Space packs. But this thing's getting into motion now. Only 2 smelters are running. So I'm getting 2 belts of steel out of 16. It's a bit disappointing. It's going to take a while for it to get up. I might turn that off. This is going to get very dark. Copper started backing off, so is iron, apparently. I think I might be a little bit eager. Coal's satisfied. It's actually full too far. Okay, it's overshot. Scale it back a bit. There we go, hopefully it won't overshoot. That is a risk. So, it's a question from beginner. You start out optimizing yellow belts and green ships, then move to red belt ships, then blue. I'm just struggling where to start. It's probably not where... I'm trying to think of the best way. So, what I would do when starting out is build an expandable build. Because when you go from yellow to red, it doubles the amount of items that can pass down the belt. Which means you can make the green circuit build twice as long. Blue belt I usually do a rebuild for, but you can keep expanding with it. What I mean by expandable build is you'd have something kind of like this where I could keep adding more and more onto it. So material comes in one side and then out usually through a center point. And yeah, as you can do more from more belt speed, you just keep adding more onto it. If that makes sense. Normally I don't build for blue belt. That's a bit of a special case. That spacing is a problem. Items go in, materials go out. There's not much more to it, really. Items go in, materials go out. It's, I think, probably the biggest mistake people make, these that I see now, is people plan for the final base when they're starting the game. And it doesn't work like that. You build a starter base with the... Well, this is what I do. I always build a starter base with the intention of tearing it up and replacing the whole thing once I have blue belts and bots. So the starter base usually won't go beyond red belt and steel furnaces, or the initial base won't go beyond red belt and steel furnaces. And then a rebuild would be... And then I'll do a full rebuild after that. How are we doing now? Ooh, green. Why are you green, actually? It's inherited a green from something. You're... Copper 7. Now, the question is, where did I put copper 7? There it is. It's not a red wire. Something's leaking a signal. Is it copper 7? Iron 7. Wherever iron 7 is. That'll be one of the new ones. 14, 15, iron 7. Yeah, it's leaking a signal. Ah, it's one of them. That's why. That explains it. Yeah, it's picking up the green from the rail signal because it's not got the full combinator thing that's supposed to be there. So what are we now? We're now doing 100 signs a minute. We're actually starting to get some packs going. 29,000 steel, just getting close. Yeah. It's usually the last two that never really work out properly. Do you think a center on the search function on the main map screen? Would be a good idea. Center on search function. It's a very specific use case. Dare I cross the tracks? I do dare to cross the tracks. I actually have 2 of these now too. Why are you broken. There we go. Just zoom out, make sure I don't walk into a train or something stupid. That would be silly. Whole point of the game is what else do you research? Yeah. What do I research next? That's stone. I haven't made it to iron yet. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, should be 7. Off we go. Infinite research. I'm currently doing robot speed 18. 9.5 packs a minute. Ugh. You can actually hear this thing for a change. It's been a while. The dinging is the part of the track counter. Much busy. It's tempting to add a third and fourth lane going up this way, given how busy it is. Ha, slip through. Ah, stone 4 as well. I didn't set the request. That'll do it. .5. So what is it waiting on? It's probably just itself. Look at rockets go. Just waiting for the space packs to get in. So making 2.1, 1.9, 2.7. It's a little bit behind. I think that's steel. Yeah, steel. It's working as hard as it can though. Let's pause this train for a moment. A, B. That should fix it up right. Yep. That's it. And it's saying there's a train there now correctly. It's not saying green. What are rockets per minute? 3. Technically I think I can do 4. It's 3,200 packs per minute, so technically it should be able to sustain 3.2, but it should be able to do 4 or thereabouts. Pretty close to. What's steel at? Yes, last 2 every time. The last I might need to make it 1 unload per smelter at this rate. There's room to add more. Stone 4? Yeah. Haven't forgotten. Fortunately, it's not critical. Or at least not yet. Ooh, that's a tight squeeze. FPS seems to be a lot smoother since last time I saw you. If anything, it should be really choppy now. Because it's down to 40. I also changed the frame rate on OBS too. Before I was at 60.0, now I'm at 59.994. I had to think about that. And that's actually just to help with processing videos. It's the 60.0 has actually been a real pain to process the VODs. That's what's now holding it up. I kept having them fall out of sync and do all sorts of stupid things. So, one more for coal 5. Paint that. You can improve your setup with my trains mod because I changed it how it read the signals after. Oh, okay. 6. 6. Hmm. The other PC just started roaring away. I was wondering what it was up to. Being around, I remember going. What do you mean NTSC color? There's no so the color primitives and all that stuff. It pops up in the like you can change the color primitives, but it doesn't actually do anything. I can change it to like BT709 or whatever, but yeah, it doesn't do anything. I've got it pretty low. It might have been. Oh, the less than 30 would have definitely been pre-16. The build improvements got it up to back up to 60, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna double it again. Yeah. What did I save? I think I need 4. What do I think? Seven? Nine. And 10. The reason why I'm doing this is because they don't exist in the real world, so I need them, these, to assign the stations here. So 7? $59.94, yeah. But in terms of H.264 encoding, it doesn't make a difference. That's purely from the analog perspective. Because NTSC is just AM encoded color instead of phase encoded color, which PAL is. Call 7. Full. And 60 seconds. Hello from France. Ah, another one from France. How's it going? What's happening over there in France land? I dare not say Frogland. That would be rude. Shouldn't insult the French like that. How's it going anyway? More serious and more to the serious point. This place needs rocket fuel, nuclear fuel. And the real question is, why are you not bringing it? It's about 8:30 or 9 o'clock, yes. Over in Europe. You're filling up on that crap. That's why. So what's a lot of, it's 124 nuclear fuel on board. It's not insignificant. How's space doing now? 2.3. It's getting up. I think it's getting a bit of pressure behind the space packs. And now it's slowly filling up the labs. Didn't have to Google that. It's a bonus. 8. Soika condition. Getting better at this whole conversation thing. Yeah, I've been working on the conversation thing. It's a struggle. Okay, 10. What is the new train setup for loading and unloading? I'm still using stunts or just straight through. I haven't used shunts in a very long time, actually. I don't count these as shunts, actually. Yeah, so I've been using the roll through here for a very long time. Forgot this was live. Normally I watch the VODs. Hey, AK90. Yeah, I'm on at a bit of an odd time. But I had some spare time, so I thought I'd catch up. Because I've been... I've fallen way behind of late. Do you know there was a software bug or a product that you support because part of the year New Zealand has a times... Yeah, New Zealand is way far ahead. I think that's the furthest time zone forward. Any of the 5 rocket launches? I think they're all happening overnight for me. So it'll be unlikely. Yeah, so I'm using roll through and then it goes into these stops here. I have to use the stops like this just to help with the pathfinding from to find the right hole. Seems like copper's mostly stopped. It has stopped actually. Huh. How about that? Copper caught up. Interesting. Iron plate's still struggling. Off to bed? Alright. Catch you later. Phrasing. Still not seeing 2 there. I'll probably see a drop in copper here. Greetings from Mexico. Hey, Mexico! And a good night. Hi, bye. Hi, bye from Mexico. What are we up to? 2.4, 2.5. Yeah, space packs are thinning out again. I don't think it's getting... Because it's not getting the steel, the low density structures just can't catch up. Alright, let's finish this. It's not inventory empty. You still don't have fuel. Going to bed now? Alright, see you later as well. I think it's almost time I finish as well if everyone's going to bed. I'm also really hungry. Oh, oops. I am rapidly approaching a natural stopping point anyway, because I've nearly got this sorted out. Going to bed, just got out of it. One job. Stay up all night. You didn't do it. The worst. How's Will's nuclear setup thing going on anyway? Does it need tripling or quadrupling yet? I can get rid of those. Hungry in time for breakfast. Sounds like a plan. Okay, so at the very least I've got one train for each siding now. So the hard work's done. Now I can just copy and paste the 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 more trains that are needed. It's not ridiculous at all. I have a feeling most of these trains will never get used. Probably needs more nuclear or some optimizing. Yeah, I thought that's the one downside, because it was everything I did on that map was for short-term playthrough. 6. I still need that fuel train. Is it left yet? No. Apparently this place isn't requesting fuel. Huh. Why are you requesting fuel? You're not putting it on the wire? Yeah, it is. Okay, it's got nuclear fuel. Just gonna force it on its way. Launched a rocket barely needing the second reactors, now you're up to 6. Sounds like Will's doing his thing. I just gotta wait for that train to show up. What do I need? So that's 3, 6, 9, 12. So 48, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, a lot more than what I got. Ah, a German! A German, is it contagious? That's mean. Where do you go? Oil base. There it is. Now we've got all the nuclear fuels. Send them on their way and do it again. And 16. And 24. Next victim is coal 7. These are the only trains, of the ore trains, these are the only ones that are actually coloured. You see it's rated out now. This doesn't exist. I think you will double this base with more time. I wouldn't actually mind going even bigger again, but I don't know if it's possible. I figured much beyond 2 red belts is... even 2 red belts is a struggle. I'm having a lot of trouble getting the iron in still. It's been an endless battle. So I don't think it'll be able to go much bigger. I'd have to roll a new map. It's possible I might do that for 17. See how we go. Oh, hopefully Predator train gen will come. So I need 6 more. So it's 48 more wagons. Wagonios. Look how there's atomic bombs in this storage. I should actually trash out the things that are not needed. Of which there is much. Let's go on a filtering spree. What's here that doesn't need to be here? Burnables. That's for building the place. Them. Hang on to the concrete for now. Oh, this is from when I was doing the coal liquefaction experiments. So that should empty out those. Don't know why it's not. Oh, I'm low on power. Time to engage imaginary steam power. There we go. That would have hurt production. Ooh, I'm nearly at 3,000. Ah, that'd do it. Here comes all the garbage. Oh, I thought I saw the supply train. Afraid not. Remember it being as wide as the sim map for some reason. That is pretty big. Hello, trains. Can I have... oh, uh-oh. I need to get moving because there's coal trains coming. Speaking of. Just realised they started sending coal trains. Hurry up, supply train. That's pretty busy there. It's not going to help things. Also, iron 4 isn't actually set up properly. Just also not helping anything. Still maxed out. Still no ore down here. It never gets... it's too far from the beginning, so it just never sees anything. The reason for that is I'm only doing dumb averaging. I need to add some extra conditions to it. So that like when these are nearly full, yeah, these are basically full, so they, there's a lot of these that are requesting that shouldn't be requesting but are. That drop stone's empty. Hooray! Oh, you worst. I wonder if all of this will actually fill it up again. Might overshoot again. There's a lot of combos in the network. Oh, reinforcements. It's a lot about charging. There's the one downside to having big banks of storage chests. You get a lot of bot charging. I probably could have double rowed the roboports. That would help. Next. Was it through 5, 10, 50? That's enough. Don't need to send any more. Oh, it only just arrived. It may have still captured the old demand. Yeah, it did. Can't actually see what it picked up. Well, the answer is not a lot. Second last batch. And I can get out of here. Have I made it to... I made it to 3,000. That's looking very thin. It's really struggling for steel. Again. Yeah, I think next time I might double up on the unloads or completely reprogram or redo the combinators for the unloads to bias it towards completely empty or almost empty unloaders to stop this happening. To stop the first lot hogging them all. So this one's got like it's not completely empty, but it's got like, what does it have? It's about half full, but it doesn't need a train when there's others that are empty. That's the whole point. Here comes the fuel. Get them on their merry way. One always gets first go. Interesting. Even though I've only witnessed it once. Ah? It's a lane swapper. Ah. Right. Is there any point launching rockets now? It's basically just a it's basically just a resource sink. I'm just doing it for the infinite research. And for the sake of doing 2 red belts of each pack. It's always 2.8. It can never quite get there. It always runs out of space packs or something. I think it's got to fall short again. Uh, 5, 10, 15, 16. I should have enough. Where are you going, Coal 9? Why weren't you going to Coal 9? So why are you lane swapping? I've done something horribly wrong. Why is that there? I feel like this is a past me issue, where I've done something for whatever reason and forgotten why I've done it. Now, why would you have a random track there? I feel like I've done that for reversing or something. It's coming back. It's coming back. Trying to go to the first lot, but not the second. Why don't you want to go to the second? Because it's missing a signal. That'll do it. And the train's back, so I can finish the last 3. Work time? Alright, catch you later. It's almost done here, finally. Work time fun. I always think of that, because it's an old PSP game. It was putting pen lids on pens and things like that. Just really irritating, repetitive tasks. I think it was a Chinese or a Korean game. Oh, that's one way to empty the network of crap. I'll do that as well then. And see what else gets trashed. A lot of stuff apparently. They're all packed away. Excellent. So that's coal now done. I think that's pretty much everything for as far as this goes. The only thing I need to do to the display is get it to show how many trains are allocated, which was highlighted in green. It's difficult to squeeze it around the substations though. It's one of those future me problems. That's trashing repair packs. You can't be trashing repair packs. Kinda need those repair packs. How's trains doing? And pollution. Such a lovely ball of pollution. Building up. Yeah, I think that'll be the logic next time. Look at that. Just squeeze the last little bit out of it. 2.7. Yeah, just getting it over that 2.4, 2.5, the one blue belt. It's just been so difficult. I bet you're waiting for nuclear fuel again or something. Oh, it's delivering plate to nuclear. But for now, I think I might leave it there. Let us see who is doing what. Okay, alright. So that's train. Yeah, it's all that done. I just got to add the copper trains. I'll do that next time. I think I'm gonna have to worry about sort out these unloaders next time.